is the Big O Show. This 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 is the Big O Show.
There's just one place where you can drive the new 2025 Acura Integra for only $289 a month. The Customer Appreciation Sale at Acura of Pembroke Pines. Thank you for making us number one.
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding.
I think I know what this is. Houston, we have a package. Hello?
No matter where you are, the Sloman Shield Home Security System guards your home. With next-gen perimeter protection, 24/7 monitoring, and interior motion sensing. And right now, get a free Sloman Shield security system and doorbell camera, all professionally installed, for free.
Shield your world, the Sloman Shield.
There's just one place where you can drive the new 2025 Acura RDX for only $399 a month. The Customer Appreciation Sale at Acura of Pembroke Pines. Thank you for making us number one.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
It starts every morning before the sun comes up. Projects are laid out. Plans are made. Equipment is fueled and loaded with inventory to handle all service requests. Orders are given to an army of skilled landscape maintenance professionals, certified arbor trimmers, irrigation technicians, and licensed pest management experts who fan out to communities and businesses all over South Florida. Experienced, on time, and dependable. Our staff is fully trained, licensed, and insured. Contact us by phone, email, social media, or through our website to answer all your landscape questions. We are Cutter's Edge. Total Landscape Solutions.
We're celebrating a new year with new savings at Toyota of Hollywood, the official #1 volume Toyota dealer. Save big on a 24 Corolla, not $24,000, $17,988. Buy with 0% financing, 0 down. We're bringing you deals that strike fast and hard at the #1 volume Toyota dealer, Toyota of Hollywood, on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
Hi, this is Jeff Welt from Welton Rayom. Dan and I have been in business together for over 22 years. We're not your typical lawyers. When Dan's not working in the office, he's flying his stunt plane. When I'm not in the office, I'm either getting tattooed, bowling, riding a motorcycle, or going to concerts. We might not be your typical attorneys, but we are aggressive attorneys, and we'll do whatever it takes to get you what you deserve. Consultations are always free. Call us anytime, 24/7.
Welton Rayom can help. After 40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1984. Since then, they've been winning awards while being voted the best inexpensive Italian restaurant in Miami. Visit them for great food, amazing service. Witness the decades of Cane's memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices.
There's just one place where you can take $10,000 off the 2025 Acura MDX. The Customer Appreciation Sale at Acura of Pembroke Pines. Thank you for making us #1.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
When it comes to selling your home, efficiency is the best way, the less stress way. That's why Asmani Garcia and the Omega Home Realty Group is who you want to call. Sell your home for just $990. That's right, $990. No 6% commission. Asmani and Omega are the exclusive program director for just $990 in South Florida. Get full service real estate services like pro photos, beautiful brochures, Zillow and Alex, Realtor.com and Homes.com listings. Call Asmani to find out more at 305-440-1990. Scan the QR code or visit just990.com to get started. Omega Home Realty Group and Asmani Garcia are ready to present your home to thousands of prospective buyers. Call 305-440-1990. Call Asmani Garcia and tell him Big O sent you.
When it comes to your smile, confidence is so important. At Moody S Dental, they provide the services to get your smile back. This family-run practice prides itself by offering the latest technology to give your family the best experience possible. Moody S Dental has been in business for over 30 years with offices in Hialeah and Plantation. They accept most major dental insurances. They provide free new patient exams, 20% off select treatments. To qualify, please follow us on Instagram at moodys.dental. Moody S Dental has been in business for over 30 years. To schedule an appointment in Hialeah, call 305-821-0231 and Plantation 954-692-6825. From Invisaligns, dental implants, same-day crowns, and the preventative care and preservation to get your smile back. Go to moodysdental.com to find out more and tell them Big O sent you.
There's just one place where you could drive a new Acura ZDX for only $239 a month. The Customer Appreciation Sale at Acura of Pembroke Pines. Thank you for making us #1.
If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors and Custom Drywall can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray or Mike, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors and Custom Drywall, 305-345-3649 or Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
All righty. Good afternoon, boys and girls. Yes, sir. We are in beautiful Hialeah Park. Yeah, where you can win and pick your Mercedes. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Saturday night, we got ladies' night. They're giving away Messi tickets on Friday. So, all kinds of stuff going on here at Hialeah Park. So appreciate you all. The phenomenal, the one and only Sean Stanley is by my side, ready to go. Let's see where we at here. All right. We've got some Dolphins stuff today to talk about. Panthers continue to be super active. Who else? Interesting college note that will like, if you're a Canes fan, it's going to be like a punch in the gut is basically what it's going to be. So all kinds of stuff going on. Nice performance by the Heat last night. Unfortunately, since you're not good enough at winning, moral victories are things that are part of your existence now because you don't know how to win. You aren't good enough to when you're good enough to win, moral victories don't mean anything. But when you're unproven like this Miami Heat squad is, it's, and last night you were without Hero and a few other guys. And so all of a sudden you come up with one hell of a performance, especially from Bam, and you hang in there, man. I mean, they went scoreless like the last 3 minutes. That was their problem. They couldn't close it out, but they were right there, man. That was pretty awesome. I was that for them against that team. They're 52-10. You're 29-32. You have lost 3 times the amount of games that they have. Okay, so you're not very good. So in order for you, and as fans, we think we're above these kind of moments because, oh man, the Heat have won championships and all that kind of stuff. Okay, but that's not this team. This team isn't a championship caliber team in no way, shape, or form. This team doesn't even know how to win a playoff series. This team has to prove that it can even get in the playoffs. Right? So moral victories are in play for this iteration of the Miami Heat. Oh, and by the way, the front office has produced a team that barely gets in the playoffs the last couple of years. So when you're the 8th, 9th, or 10th best team in the league, in the conference, you're battling for the 15th through 25th, 30th team in the league. to be quite honest. But you know what I'm saying? You're on the bottom half of that. If you put both conferences together and you're going up against one of the elite teams in the league, yeah. You think you're above that, but you're not. You're not above moral victories. And by the way, Bam, a lot of credit for him last night. He played a big boy game last night. I didn't get to watch the game live. I had to watch it after and get the highlights and all that stuff. But it was a super efficient game, 11 of 18, 34 points. Guys shot lights out from three-point range, 3 of 5, picked up 12 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals. I mean, you know, I don't even think Bam can do that night in and night out and stuff like that. He's not really a star. So for him to come up with that performance, that was awesome yesterday, man. Good for him. Go look at the rest of that box score. 8 or 10 points or maybe 12 from somebody. He had no help. He had a whole bunch of just mediocre role players doing their thing. Although Ryan Anderson was all over the place. Yeah, like what is it? I wrote it down, I think, right? Didn't I? Oh, no. But I want to say it was like 7 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists. I want to say something like that, if I remember correctly from checking it out last night. But, yeah, so, I mean, he was pretty good, man. He filled up the box score. Did a nice job. Can't no. Well, and by the way, 5 of his rebounds were offensive too, or something like that. Out of his rebounds, they were offensive. Like it was a sick number, right, or something like that.
Right here, I've got 7 points, 11 rebounds,
and 5 of them were offensive. 5 of them were offensive
of
the rebounds.
For some reason, it's not breaking down the offense. Oh, here we go. 4 were offensive, 7 were defensive.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
4 offensive rebounds is phenomenal.
As a team, the Heat had 9.
Yeah, he had half. So he had how many? He had 7 points, right?
Yes.
7 assists.
7 assists, 7 points,
and then 11 rebounds, right?
11 rebounds, yeah.
And 4 offensive.
Yes.
He had a game. He had a game. He's one of those role players that can help you in many different areas. I think he's a cerebral player too.
So funny.
That's why he's here. I think that's why they got him, because he's a basketball player. And so they kind of needed more basketball players to kind of help out and fill out the roster for the rest of the year. Or what's funny?
Well, Duncan Robinson, 14 points last night, right? 4 of 8 from 3-point in 29 minutes. But when you look at like the plus minus, they were minus 13 with him on the floor.
Yeah, he doesn't defend.
Yeah, it's just like...
It's like Tyler. Tyler doesn't defend. What are you going to do?
Man.
But the Heat Nation thinks they're above, that? Because I got a couple of that yesterday. I don't want to hear about moral victories. I'm like, okay, dude.
That's the only victories you're going to be hearing a little bit.
That's the number 1 seed in the conference. You're one of the worst teams in the playoffs, play in constantly now. This is who you are now. Understand who you are. Don't history doesn't mean shit. We're, as I've told you before, the Heat now in the last 10 years is resembling the Miami Dolphins of the 80s, as I've told you, right? And if you notice how things are turning for the Heat Nation now and Miami Heat period, there's a lot of reminiscing going on, kind of like what the Dolphins have been doing for decades now. Decades of reminiscing from decades when they were actually respectable. And this is not decades for the Heat yet, but it's, we're now building a decade. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir.
The Heat last night were 13.5-point underdogs.
Yeah.
Think about that. Going in the Heat.
Super moral
13.5
victory, bro.
Underdogs.
Super moral victory with a super role player that had a hell of a night, dude. You know what I'm saying? And we got to let it go. You got to lower the bar, okay? So far, the front office is not producing stars. Dwayne Wade is your best GM. I mean, in the last 15 years, the best general manager for the Miami Heat has been Dwayne Wade. Just marinate on that. Sit there and just take all of that in. Okay? That's why you are a play-in team now, and you hope to stay being a play-in team as it continues. But this is what you've been for 3 years, with Jimmy Butler or without Jimmy Butler. So for any of you out there that you think you're above, as Nico Toscani is above the law, no, you're not above moral victories. You're not above MVs. And last night, that was an MV. And last night, that's a game to praise that team. Praise the coaching staff, praise the team, because that team had no business hanging with the Cavs, and they did. So I give them all the credit in the world for them to hang with them, and that's what they're supposed to do at the end, falter. They're supposed to not win because they were supposed to get their ass kicked. So we're asking them to also not just be competitive, not just take a lead on them also. No, we're asking them now to close out and win. And if they don't, we're disappointed because this is what they do. Oh, I'm sorry, I must have missed that. When are the Heat closers? I'm waiting for that one. How many are we gonna? You're gonna reminisce also? You going LRB on me now? Huh? You just go walking through the park and reminiscing. That's what you're gonna do? Because if you think, oh, the Heat should have closed them out, well, who the hell are the Heat? Why the hell should they close them out last night? They're a mediocre, middle-of-the-road franchise with middle-of-the-road, mediocre players. What the hell are you watching? Huh? What the hell are you watching in Heat Nation? You got a brain or something? Or you got a pull so far up your ass you think you're above all this? Your franchise ain't shit. Wake up, dude. Your franchise ain't sexy. People aren't lining up to be a part of it. People aren't lining up to play with Bam. I love to hear that one all the time. Oh, man, do I hear that one every year? Yeah, they're all lined up. They're all coming over to play with Bam like they did with Wade. Shaq wanted to come play with Wade. 400 pounds and all, but he wanted to come and play with Wade. And LeBron and Bosh came over, and Jimmy came over. You guys got, there's a lot of you out there that you live in this delusional state. There's a part of Heat Nation that you people, all the winning has blinded you to the point that you avoid reality. You had a hell of a moral victory last night. That was outstanding for that team. I saw that last night. I said, wow, that was really good. That was really good. If you played like that against other competition, well, you'll win a lot more games. You're not going to beat those kind of teams because you are not going to beat Cleveland and Boston. You're not supposed to beat Cleveland or Boston. You're nowhere near there. You're not. The Miami Heat aren't allowed to tie the shoes of the Cavaliers or the Boston Celtics. Okay? They might be allowed to shine them. Okay? That's all you guys can do right now. All right? So Heat fan base, those of you that are, in your little high chairs out there, get your ass off that throne. Okay? Get your ass into the kiddie seat. All right? Last night was a hell of a moral victory for the Miami Heat because their team and their franchise isn't very good. And what they did was they played one of the elite in the league and they hung with them. Damn good. Congratulations to the Miami Heat. And congratulations to Bam Adebayo. That was a hell of a game. It's a hell of a game. You lost because you're supposed to lose. That's all. How many more years do you guys want to be the upstart team that gets to the finals in the bubble? Or gets the break with Embiid and Giannis? And you get to the finals, and then you start thinking you're really that good or something. Bunch of overachieving bullshit that's gone on. And it was fun. And it was a great run. And it's over. And that's it. And you've had your moments when you were great and you had success and you won championships. And you had your moments when you had success when you were an upstart expansion team. I've been around. And you have your moments now, recently with Jimmy Butler, where you overachieved and you weren't that good. And you were legitimately in a spot to actually win. And a miracle could have happened, but it didn't. And that's it. That's the reality. And the reality is last night was a beautiful, overachieving game by Bam Adebayo. He put on one of his best, maybe his best performance individually. Maybe, because he had no help. How many times can you think of him going up against one of the best teams in the league with no help? No Jimmy Butler, no Dwayne Wade, not an aging Wade, no nothing, no star, no veteran, like that was a situation you've never really seen him in, and he shined, man. I got to give him credit. And that's where I'm going to say much love to the Miami Heat last night. You're a mediocre franchise. You're a playing at best franchise, and you gave a top seed a hell of a run. Fantastic. And you are what you are, and you're not above it. Great moral victory yesterday for them. Play like that, and you won't lose to some of the shitty teams that you've lost to this year. And maybe you will sneak into the playoffs instead of the play-in. But we'll see. One-Eyed Jack is in the house. He's reminding everybody to smash it. Remember, I want you to smash it at the Big Cheese. BigCheeseMiami.com. Pickup delivery. They will take it to your home or office. 305-662-6855. And by the way, all their dishes, you can make it either meat sauce, tomato sauce, Alfredo sauce, pink sauce. And from the baked ziti to the cheese ravioli, the eggplant parmesan, the sauteed chicken, the fettuccine Alfredo. I mean, I could just go on and on. The pizza, the garlic rolls are to die for. And what I love is they bring a little side of pizza sauce so you can dip. Ooh, I love it. The only dip that I may like better than that is a Bitcoin dip. Outside of that, ooh, damn, I got to tell you, that big cheese garlic roll into that pizza sauce dip. Ooh, that is so good. 305-662-6855. Go to the website, BigCheeseMiami.com, so you can check out the menu before you go. You know why? There's 4 billion items on it. So that way you can decide what you want. But the second you get there, you tell them garlic rolls right away. And by the way, the walls are like a Hurricane Hall of Fame. Oh, it's just worth going to just walk around and check out the walls and all the stuff that's autographed and classic pictures and magazine covers and posters, and just the memories are endless, dude. Endless. I'm telling you. BigCheeseMiami.com/Hall of Fame, baby. All right. NorCal is in the house. He's jamming Barry Manilow, I think is what I'm reading there. Didn't know you were a Barry Manilow fan. Nice job by you, sir. Ray Sosa's in the house. He says, we don't hand moral victories too often, but the Heat deserved one last night. Look at Ray. There you go. That was before my rant. Steven Gonzalez. 49ers are cleaning house. I hope they use Mr. Clean. Or Mistolin. Very altruistic of Bradley Chubb. Yeah, we'll get to that. Jeff in Long Island. Let's see. Joe Rose admitted today that he had to throw away his underwear. Was saying, he crapped his pants. It happens to everybody, bro. Happens to everybody. That's never happened to you? That happened to me once. I crapped my pants. I'll tell you the story. I don't know if it's true. Joe, I love Joe, but, half his stories are, just stuff to kind of get you through the show and all that kind of stuff and, whatever. So I don't really know whatever to believe on that end, to be quite honest. But I'll tell you my real story, and I got a doozy for you. A duty doozy. Okay. So I'm feeling terrible. I forgot what it was I ate. I forgot what the hell it was, but I was driving like I make Schumacher or Verstappen, whatever. What's the guy's name for Verstappen? I make them all look like fools. Okay, I am hauling ass, doing easily 90, close to 100, and just tearing through the turnpike because I'm about to explode, and I'm trying to make it home. Okay, and I don't make it home, and I feel it, and it's all just exploded. Next comes red and blue lights. Woo! Brother, I got pulled over with shit in my pants. Okay? Officer walks over. He goes, do you know how? And I go, yes, sir, officer. And right now I want to tell you that please don't ask me to get out of the car because I just went to the bathroom in my pants. And I was trying to make it home before it exploded, and I exploded just before you pulled me over. He leans over. He smells. He goes, please drive careful home. He looked at my license. I was probably about 5 miles away. He goes, I understand you. I'm sorry, but don't drive like that. I'm going to follow you. He didn't really follow me. He stayed there as I pulled away. So that's my story. It's happened to me. That happened, God. I want to say it was 15 years ago. I'm 58. I was probably in my early 40s. Yeah. And I was rushing home. And I was rushing to the house that I live in now. That's happened to, I think it's happened to everybody at one point or another, you know what I mean? Or close to it or whatever.
You literally got pulled over for shitty driving?
Yes. I got pulled over for shitty driving. By the way, that's how I felt from the Panhandle. Like an hour out of the Panhandle is when I started feeling, and I was able to hold it all the way. I had kind of the same, and I was hauling ass. Okay. But I didn't have Waze then like I had now. Because Waze is actually really, really good to tell you when cops are like Waze is exceptional. Exceptional. You know what I mean? I contribute to Waze too. When I'm driving, I contribute to Waze. If there's cops,
that's what helps you out.
Yes.
That's ultimately what,
Yeah.
'cause you keep, if
The
somebody tries
community.
to be a jackass and says, no, they're not there.
Oh, they
you know.
get blocked out anyways
Yeah,
eventually because
yeah,
the
it
algorithm
starts-
knows
yeah.
that you're bullshitting.
Yeah.
So it's a genius what
No,
what
it's a
Waze
beautiful
did.
thing because you help out the whole community.
Yeah,
Everybody
yeah.
helps each other out.
Yeah. So Waze helped me out for that one, for the Panhandle drive. But I didn't have the Panhandle years ago. I didn't have the Waze thing years ago. But I must have eaten some from the Panhandle. So that's my story. So I have no idea if Joe's story is true or not, especially when it comes from Joe Rose. Half of it is bullshit anyway. So it's kind of, half of it is shtick. You know what I'm saying? So I really don't know what to believe because there's a ton of shtick on the show. It's slow. And so you need something else to spicing it up. So talk about somebody's love life or somebody that, or some rift in the station, the mayor, whatever. It's kind of, I've been part of that, bro. I know. So I don't know, but I can tell you for a fact, yeah, that happened to me. So Gus 1388, Jake from Palatown, Brian from Chubb. It would be good. Lexus Palenzuela, Think Blue Dodgers checking in even earlier today. Still stoned, but checking in. Mike Fox, been about a month. I had a job interview, and you were kind enough to wish me luck. I heard back a couple of days ago and got the job up the irons. Nice. I love it. Good things happen to Maiden fans, bro. That's what it is. Nice job, Mike Fox. Way to go. Ty in the Bronx is in. Thank you for the love in the super chat. Remember, you can make a donation, Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal. On Cash App or Venmo, it's Cash Big O Show. Okay. Are we back? All right. Okay. All right. Huh? Okay. All right. If True Fin Fan says we're back, then we're back. I mean, that's just kind of the way it is. But appreciate you all out there as always. Let me see. I'm actually updating mine here. All right. There we go. All right. And by the way, again, Ty in the Bronx, thank you, sir. And again, congratulations to Mike Fox, just in case. Oscar Rojas is in. Thank you, Oscar, as always. Your amazing dedication to the show. Sweet baby Ray, you are awesome. Thank you, sir. James Vivinetti. Excuse me. Thank you. Tommy, F15. Tommy and Hialeah in the house. Appreciate you, sir, as always. True FinFan says, call me crazy, but I trade Hero and Bam ASAP. I don't mind keeping Bam. I've always told you that. I have a problem with everything else. I trade everything else and get picks and all that. That, True FinFan would eats me alive a little bit, to be quite honest, is the whole Jimmy Butler thing. We could have traded him for, 2 years ago at the peak for a shit ton, 4 or 5 first rounders probably, because that's what they give out, So if Drew Holiday is going to get 4 or 5 first rounders and 3 first round swaps or something, they could have done that. And that was the moment, and shitty foresight on the Heat's part. And now we're here where even if you can trade Hero, it's not like you're going to get the bank for him either. You know what I'm saying? So it just that's the part that it hurts. You gotta know, okay, your window's done. Now, how do we maximize getting out of? Great example. It's a great example right now. The Marlins. The Marlins are a phenomenal example. I'm just sitting there going, you're all going like this, going, what the fuck is he talking about? I'm talking about Dave Dombrowski. Okay, he was forced on a fire sale. I got you, didn't I, bitch? I got you, didn't I? So all of a sudden, they win the championship, and before they're even winning the championship, the owner's telling you, hey, I'm destroying this bitch when it's done. At the end of the year, when this thing is done, I'm destroying this bitch. I'm losing so much money, yada, yada, yada. And Dombrowski, in the middle of a fire sale, built the 2003 championship Marlins. He maximized what he had at the moment because he knew they were going to close the window. A real owner that was dedicated would have kept that window open. Baseball, you can stretch that out for another year or two, rotate a couple of veterans in and there and all that, especially with the pitching that they had. Kevin Brown went on to pitch well at other places. Al Leiter went on to pitch well. Burnett went on to pitch well. Beckett won a championship with the Red Sox and all that. So you could have kept all of that together and kept it going if you want, but he maximized that moment because he could. And you ended up getting Derek Lee and Mike Lowe and Castillo and Beckett came from that. He drafted that came from the new ownership group. Got Pudge. They added a couple things. They added Pudge, Redmond, Pierre, a middle reliever. I'm forgetting now who it was, and they added Urbina. They added a couple things, but everything else came from the fire sale. And that's when you take advantage of a moment that you're going to turn the page, but you then turned it and built something out of it. Now you ended running this thing into the ground, the Miami Heat, and you got nothing to turn it around now. You don't have enough first-round picks. You don't have enough cap flexibility, all of these things. So that's where True FinFan, I feel like cutting my liver out and just eating it. You know what I mean? That's what I feel like doing right now. I just feel like cutting out my liver and just ripping it out and just having it for food. That's it. With some lava beans. Anyway, so just crazy, dude. That's where I feel. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
Oh, you in this new health kick, man. Now you're going to cut your own liver out and eat it. And
I'm looking at it. I'm looking at myself there on the thing. I look skinny, actually. Huh? Yeah, I look skinny. Yeah, I'm not. I still need to lose probably like 25 more pounds. So believe it or not, I'm still going to lose more. And now I went skating. I fell yesterday. But it was kind of a bogus. It was a bogus fall. No, it was a bogus fall. I fell. No, it's an official.
Hear this and chat.
It's an official fall.
Let's hear the fall, and then we'll say whether it was a bogus fall or not.
It's an official fall. Official fall. I fell on my ass. Okay. But here's how cheesy it was. So before we even get out onto the floor, my wife takes off, and I like take one step, and I still have this balance thing going on. And dude, I just slipped and fell right there between the rug and the floor. Like I never got even onto the ring. You know, it was just like right there in front of everybody in the entrance. It's like, damn. My wife's like, "Are you all right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine. Relax. No big deal." So the fall happened on I think this is my 5th time going, or 6th, I want to say. So not bad considering, brother, I haven't been on skates in decades. Like real, like, like skating. I haven't been on decades. I'll tell you this, the atrophy that happened to my right leg from being in the boot, like, man, it's going to take me 6 months to build my lower body strength back up to where it's at and skate like I want to skate. But the good thing is, man, it's my new gym. It's my new gym because I sweat and it's working a whole bunch of body parts and building lower body strength and all that kind of stuff. So it's really, really good exercise. And I have fun. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes just walking around the block or the gym, it can be kind of boring. You know what I'm saying? This, you're kind of jamming. You got great music. You could cruise and flow a little, and then you can, work and work a sweat up and stuff. So it's really good. But so it's kind of a bogus fall. Like I wasn't skating, and
Did you hold up anybody? Did you hold up anybody?
No, my wife's breast was too far away to reach for it.
No. I mean, like when you fell, was everybody trying to get onto the rink?
No, nobody. It was just like there were just like people sitting right behind in the benches.
This really is bogus.
It was a bogus fall. It was a fall. It's officially a fall, I wasn't skating. I didn't even get to take off. It was just like a real goofy ass, like,
I think it was just a misjudgment of balance.
Yes.
Not even a fall. It was
a 58-year-old man that still is trying to figure out how to stay on skates.
Wow, man.
That's all, dude. That's really what it is. That's it. So,
All right, I got to agree with you. Bogus.
It was bogus. Bogus. What can I tell you? It was a bogus, man. Man Dog is in the house. Bueller. Relentless 305. That's it. Big O looking like little O now. Thank you, sir. This is my daughter got me this Caspa shirt. Yes, my daughter got me this Caspa shirt. So that was very nice of her. Brett says, I thought it was one of your massive nauseous blasts that blew Big O off the air, says True Fin. Did you slip on your Depends during the short break? Yes, I did. EJD, the time-stealing weasel, is in the house. But he is the corporate.
I was going to say, is he? Can that really be the time-stealing weasel?
How can you be a corporate time-stealing weasel when you're the corporate?
He's stealing his own time.
Yeah. I mean, you pay for the time.
That's like double dipping, isn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of double dipping. Yeah, you're the big cheese, bro. So I don't know. I don't know if you're corporate stealing at the moment. You're the one that hands out the time. You are the king of time. How about, by the way, Trump today? Bought 10 million in Bitcoin and 10 million in ETH. Hint, hint. Anyone? Anyway. Let's see. Dontra Willis. Oh, the funky chicken is in the house. Oh, needs life alert. Howdy, your shirt looks cool. That name would be a cool brand name, Caspa. Well, it's going to be cash. Caspa will be cash. I don't think Bitcoin is going to be cash. Bitcoin is going to be store value. And rich people know that, and they're going to hog it up all. And there isn't going to be enough around for people to use as currency, like they've talked about earlier. It's not going to happen. But Caspa, that has exactly the same qualities as Bitcoin will be in the money. That's my prediction. I'm not a expert by any means whatsoever. Okay? But it's my prediction. There's a reason why most NHL players have legs like tree trunks. Yeah, man. Yeah. It is a great exercise. I'm telling you, I am enjoying the hell out of it. And by the way, I also, just so you know, I'm completely honest about it. I wore knee pads and elbow pads last night for the first time. I didn't even I didn't wear it the first few times, but I'm like, I wear these big pants and I'm wearing like long sleeve, you know, concert shirts or something like that, like jerseys or things like that. So you really can't see it. But I said, you know what, dude, I'm old. And if I'm doing some crazy shit and eventually as I start to get more comfortable and all that, and if I fall and one of those limbs, you know what, let me cover it up just for the hell of it. I'm not here to pick up women, dude. I'm married. My wife is on the same rink with me. I'm not here to, like, you know, I need to look perfect or anything for anybody. You know what I mean? So I almost felt awkward with it. But you know what I did? I've gone to YouTube and I've watched. There's these companies that are dedicated to roller skating around the country. It's called Skate Life, and they've created channels for it. So I've watched it, and so there are people around the country that do wear. And I go, okay, well, I'm not the only geek that's going to be wearing it. And I get it if you're young. I never wore anything when I was young, dude. But I'm too old at this point. I'm like, you know what, bro? I went through that foot shit now, you know, and I'm like, man, I don't want to go through anything like this ever again. You know, I'm too old. It takes a long time to recover. I'm still recovering from that. And right now I feel it when I skate because I cannot, my lower body strength is nowhere near where it needs to be in order to like really skate. Sucks, dude. Sucks. Like the first 30, 45 minutes, I'm strong. And then the next 45 minutes, it's like downhill. Stamina, bro. Stamina. That right leg of mine is nowhere near where the left leg is. So we'll get to it. We will get to it. We're going at least 3 times a week. So I definitely will get to it. I will have legs like tree trunks in a few months. I can guarantee you that. What else do we have? I'm on round 3, sweating to Big O radio show, says NorCal. You are amazing. It's a fall, but intentional to check the hips. Yep. Yeah, you know, I woke up, I thought maybe I would feel something. Nah, no big deal. It wasn't really like a hard fall. It was a bogus fall, bro. Thank God, actually. So just a bogus fall. You're falling on carpet. Like half of my thigh and my knee and my ankles were on the wood, and the other half of my body was on the carpet. Because, you know, there's like that little steel plate in between, and that's what tripped me up right there, bro. Over that stupid steel plate, my goofy ass fell, bro. You know? Too funny. It's like, you know, you're the muscle memory is all there from what you used to do, but the skill level is not there anymore. I know I can skate backwards, but I can't skate backwards. I know exactly how to do it, you know? And it's like my daughter's trying to do it. I'm like, and there's a part in the middle of the floor where you can, like, you know, learn. So I that part there, I can actually turn around. And so I started skating backwards to show her, you know what I mean? But I can't go out on the floor and try and do it because there's no way you know, I'm not even ready to do it. You know what I'm saying? But it's funny. I know what I have to do because I practically lived on skates when I was young. You know what I mean? But like now, oh, man. But that's all right. It's all good. Mark Smith says, I'm old now. When I do dangerous stuff, I wear helmet pads and a condom.
Oh, that was good. That was good. Big O, I'm glad. I go skating at least twice a week up here in the winter. Nice. Nice. Yes. I am definitely I'm definitely into it completely. Completely. I'm going to get new wheels too. I'm going to keep practicing on these because these are 40 something years old, 50, 78. What's 78 till now is what? 47 years? 47 years. So those wheels are 40, but they haven't been used for 47 years. They were only used for, I don't know, like 10 or 8 or something. And then I might have used those skates like 3 other times in the last decades after that. That's it. So it doesn't have that kind, but it does. They are kind of worn out. So I eventually will get some new wheels, but I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna first get my rhythm going. Have you used Chat GPT for training advice? I used it for running, and it's scary how specific the training plans are based on the information provided. No, I've never used Chat GPT. I've never used any of that stuff. No, not at all. Did you say Trump bought 10 million ETH and Bitcoin today? Yes, 10 million of Bitcoin and 10 million of Ethereum. Remember, tomorrow is the crypto conference at the White House. So, that's why the sad part is all those tariffs and everything, it scares the markets and people sell, and it's bad, man. I wish he wouldn't do any of that. I wish he would negotiate with all these countries behind the scenes. And when you finally come up with a plan what to do, then announce it. Instead of, oh, we're going to tariffs. And now you're not. Now they're on pause. Oh, we're firing you. Oh, no way. We need to rehire you. It's like, it's very disruptive. And it would rather just do it methodically, do it with some thought, and then do it. Be more deliberate about it. I wish they would, because people panic and then they sell. They sell. And then they shouldn't sell, because what are they doing? Are they selling? No, they're buying. So something's going on, dude. They're setting it up for something. But I wish it wouldn't be so reckless, because it creates panic in the markets, and people's money and their lives, are being disrupted, and for no reason. Because it's like, psych, no tariffs, and then you sold, and you're like, wait a minute, no tariffs, and then you hear, wait, he's buying 10 million in ETH and 10 million in Bitcoin. It's like, but why are you selling your Bitcoin? It's like, it's not fair, bro. It's just not right to do. It's just not right. You gotta be a little bit more methodical about this, because people's, I haven't sold a damn thing. I only buy. That's it. Dip, I'm in. I'll take a dip in the pool, which is really on the wall. Got a color TV so I can see the next play basketball. Let's see. Those were the good old days. Yes, sir. Tropical West. Yes, sir. Tropical North, Midway, all kinds of places. Let's see. I thought about buying a skateboard and letting my golden retriever pull me around the neighborhood, but at 48, yeah, see, the skateboard thing is a little bit more dangerous. Rocks, cracks in the street, you're going to fall for sure. In a skating rink, in a nice, floor, you got a much better chance of being, and you could go at your own pace and all that kind of stuff. And so it's and by the way, they're much more organized nowadays than they were back when I was a kid. When I was a kid, it was just free for all over the place. Now there's a culture in place where if you're slower, you stay inside. If you're faster, you stay on the outside, and everybody respects that, which is really cool. You know what I mean? And the other thing, by the way, that I've liked from what I've gone to at Miami Roller Rink, everybody's there just to have a good time, not to be idiots. How about that? What a shocker. What a shocker. Families are there, kids are there, teenagers are there, adults are there. It's cool. It's cool. It's a really good atmosphere. So, but Brian, no skateboard at our age, bro. No, I'm not doing it. You know what I'd like to do, what I'd never done now, and I'll end up doing it the next time I go to snow because I know how to snow ski, but I want to snowboard. That I want to do. Once I get back to skating, I know I'll be able to get to doing snowboarding and all because I was also a skateboarder too, big time. So all that kind of stuff. But I do want to do a little snowboarding the next time I go. And now, eventually, I'll get there now that I am getting myself back in shape now, which is a beautiful thing. It really is. It's refreshing when my foot became free and I can actually do things. Big O, when you look at getting skates, check out CCM Tax. Can't go wrong with them. Okay. I mean, I'm not ever getting rid of my Rydell Classics, so I'm just going to get new wheels for them. But you did read my mind. I am going to get a separate pair of skates for outdoors, actually. But I'm actually thinking that once I get to this level and learn, I'm going to go to inline. Because I think on the street, it's inline what you got to use, not regular skates on the street, right? Because of the rocks and all that, it kicks it out. You know what I'm saying? It's much
less
better.
Opportunity.
To
got the one line of wheels.
Yeah. It's I mean, I was a kid when the inline never existed, and we were out in the street, and that's not skateboard and all that. Yeah, I had my experiences with that stuff. So yeah. Mark says, I'm nearly 60 now. My go-to workout outside is to drag a car tire up and down the hill here. People look at you funny, but the heart rate averages 125 to 130. Nice. Way to go. Snowboarding at 58 is a bad sport to learn again. You know what? You're probably right, NorCal. You're probably right. Not learn again. I never learned it. Let's phrase that shit right now, okay? Let's phrase that shit right. I never learned it in the first place. I know how to skateboard, not snowboard. I know how to snow ski, not skateboard. So, I know how to water ski, not snowboard. But since I know how to do all of those things, I figure, once I get my balance back and my lower body strength back and all that, then I can go try a little, not to go like on the blacks. Okay. Snowboard in yellow and blue, bro. You know what I'm talking about? I'm not, I don't need to go on the heavy stuff, By the way, Welton Rayom, Jeff Welton, Daniel Rayom, absolutely phenomenal human beings, 954-966-4646, and phenomenal lawyers too. So many of our listeners, here on the channel have called Welton Rayom for all kinds of things, from storm damage to property damage to a car accident, a truck accident, bankruptcy, personal injury. And many of you have also called and you wanted to find out if you had a case because the consultation's free. 954-966-4646. Make sure you reach out to them. The website is wrflalaw.com. Call Jeff Welt and Daniel Rayom. You're going to love those guys. They're absolutely phenomenal. Welt and Rayom. And tomorrow, we will have David Furones with our Welt and Rayom Miami Dolphins report. All right. I snowboarded 20 years ago in Colorado, and while learning, it kicked my ass. But by day 3, I had it down. But it's easy to tear an ACL. Really? Wow. Yeah, that's why. Again, I think you have to be in shape to do that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? You gotta. If you're gonna do that stuff, don't just be out of shape and go do that. So I would never do it. Just flat out like where I'm at right now in my life. There's no way I would even come close to that. I wouldn't even get on snow skis right now. Probably not. My lower body strength isn't where it needs to be. So I'm working it now because, again, remember, I'm a year removed from foot surgery. I'm 9 months removed from starting to walk. Okay, and I was limping for a few months, actually. I was limping for a few months. And then I started walking. And now I'm finally able to exercise with no pain the next day. No discomfort, no nothing, because the foot has finally completely healed. So then I have atrophy on my calf. My right calf is much smaller than the left calf because it was in a boot for 3 months. So my wife's like, "Oh, I read up on all this. It's going to take you a whole year to get your leg back to where it was." And I'm like, "Oh, thanks for reminding me what kind of an uphill battle." So, yeah, but I'm undeterred. Okay, I'm going to lose the fucking weight, and I am going to get my middle of my body healthy again. And we want to get to Spain to cover the Dolphins against I don't know who in Spain, but we want to cover it all week long, do our show there, broadcast from a Dolphin bar, which would be our first international Dolphin bar we've ever broadcasted from, which I'm really excited about if we can get there. But we can't get there without your help. There's the QR code. All right, so please, if you can, support us however you can. Make a donation, whatever it is, to help us. We'll break news out there. We'll do our pre- and post-game show. We'll broadcast our daily show out there, all that kind of stuff. So we'll have some fun, and we're going to drag Sean Stanley out there with us too to have a little fun. All right. So yes, sir. Let's see. Maybe cross-country skiing would be a good option. But right now, I wouldn't be doing any cross-country skiing. That takes some legs. That takes some strength, dude. It's funny just watching the people that I see, skating around, and I used to do all of that, and you take it for granted how difficult it is. Just calmly skating around and just shuffling and being able to, manage your body and move it around. You take that for granted, how much practice it takes just to do that. Forget about racing at, as fast as you can, turn the corner and all that other stuff. And yeah, that's crazy, dude. Yeah. Yeah. Let's get to our 3A Graphics sports calendar. And the amazing Alan Blanco custom printing and embroidery. Reach out if your company needs uniforms, anything that you need, hats and shirts. Maybe you're going on a trip with your company and you need to order 100 shirts because you want to make them with logos for everybody. You can do all of that kind of stuff with 3A Graphics Sports Calendar. In fact, one of our listeners, I said that because one of our listeners actually called 3A Graphics. And they had 150, I think it was, that was going to some event. And so they all made their corporate shirts. They sent them the logos and they made the shirts for them and all that kind of stuff and shipped it out to them and all that. So it's pretty cool. Check it out. 3A Graphics Sports Calendar. All that stuff is done through Venmo. I mean, not Venmo. What's that called? Zoom and all that kind of stuff. So you send the videos and the pictures and all that. 786-618-1443. That is Alan Blanco, the owner's cell number, 786-618-1443. Cavs last night, edge of the Heat, 112-107. Bam was outstanding, 34 points, 3 of 5 from three-point range, 12 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, no Tyler. Friday, they take on Minnesota. That'll be at 8 o'clock. Tonight, on the ice, the Panthers are hosting the Blue Jackets. 7 o'clock will be the face-off. Also tonight, FAU, the Owls in action, 7 o'clock, taking on UAB. In football, CONCACAF Champions Cup tonight at 8 o'clock. Inter Miami taking on Cavalier FC. Saturday, 7:30, Florida Derby, Fort Lauderdale United hosting the Tampa Bay Sun FC. And University of Miami men's basketball team names Jai Lucas their new head coach. He is, of course, the Duke assistant that was rumored to be the head coach. And today it came to fruition. He's officially been named the head coach of your University of Miami basketball team. The Panthers, they also make a move. They acquire Nico Strum and a 2027 seventh rounder for a fourth round pick in 2026. They also swap goalies with the Jets, Chris Drieger for Capo Concono, and they acquire Finnish goalie Vitek Vanasek. So there you go. So they're like all over the place, acquiring all kinds of stuff out there. Crazy. Anyway, that is your 3A Graphics sports calendar. NorCal says, I'm an hour from Tahoe. I'll bring my video camera. Well, when I'm ready, that might be the place I go to. I love Tahoe. I went there I need to go back to Tahoe. You know why? Last time I went there was 30 years ago for my wedding, for my honeymoon. And we went to Tahoe and San Francisco. That was our honeymoon. And by the way, not only that, you know how cool my wife is? Okay, this is our freaking honeymoon. All right? We're gone for like, I don't know, about 8 or 9 days or something like that between Tahoe and San Francisco. So the Heat were playing the Lakers in Los Angeles. The Lakers sucked. This is 30 years ago. Okay, 31 years ago now, because obviously I just passed the 30-year anniversary. So this is nuts. I tell her, hey, the Heat are actually playing in Los Angeles. Let's drive down. She goes, all right, let's go. We drive down to Los Angeles to the Forum, to the magnificent Forum. Huh? Yeah, but it was classic, you know what I mean? You know, but it was, you know, I went to the original Forum, which is cool, you know? So the Great Western Forum, let me make sure I mention it the right way. We park. I shit you not. We don't have tickets. We drove down. We get out of the car. Within 50 feet, a guy says, hey, you looking for a pair of tickets? I got some behind the Heat bench. I look at my wife. I think I might have paid $35-40 for each ticket or something stupid. So it was money then, actually. It was decent money, but not really overpaying. Behind the bench. I was 2 rows behind the Heat bench. My honeymoon. Look it up for me. It's okay. So I got married March 18th, which is coming up now. This will be our 31st year. So we're talking 31 years ago. You've got to go back. And it was the Heat at the Lakers. And it had to have been March 23rd, 22nd. We're talking, 31 years ago. Yeah, 94, 93, 95, whatever it is. Yeah. Yeah, it's either the 93-94 season, right? Yeah, it's probably the 93-94 season. Tell me what happened in that game. I know because I was there. Remember. I know I'm not bullshitting. Yeah, I know we lost. I remember that. Wasn't it like they had Sadeo Threet on that team or some shit, right? 23 points by Sadeo Threet. Doug Christie, who's coaching, whose son plays now in the NBA.
Yeah,
and
Eldon Campbell had 11 points.
What did Doug Christie have?
Nick Van Exel had 2, by the way.
Oh, slick Nick.
Kurt Rambis was in for no points, but for a couple minutes.
Kurt Rambis was still playing. AC
James
Green?
Worthy
had
2 points.
No way. James Worthy was it? I don't even remember James Worthy.
Yeah, he had 2 points. That's why
I don't even remember James Worthy in that game.
And Vlade Divac led the way. Actually, Sadell 3 led the way.
Well, I didn't smell any cigarettes, so I don't
Divac
remember Vlade.
Vlade Divac had 13.
In the middle of my fucking honeymoon, I told my wife, "Hey, the Heat are playing at the Lakers." And I by the way, for you Californians, also I remember this, NorCal. I made it in 5 hours, I believe, from San Fran to Los Angeles. I want to say it was 5.5 or something. Is that pretty good time? So yeah.
Who was coaching the Lakers at that point?
Well,
I don't think the white-haired guy.
Del Harris.
Del Harris,
I'm not sure if Del Harris was there yet. What year? 90.
94.
Yeah, no. It was Del Harris.
Del Harris time?
Yeah, it might have been Del Harris. Maybe because Del Harris might have still been with Milwaukee. I'm trying to figure out. No.
They do not have the coaches on here. So
who was the Lakers coach in 94? Dude, was Randy Funn the coach that year? Dunleavy. Wow, I don't know. We got to look it up. I don't remember now. I can only remember certain things, bro. Jesus. It's hard for me to remember that. But by the way, what date was it exactly? March what was it? Since I got married the 18th, it had to have been like 5, 6, 7 days. It was Del Harris?
yeah, because what happened was, I guess Magic Johnson coached the final 16 games in 93, 94.
Yeah, he's punk ass
And
right
then
away.
new coach Del Harris, along with off-season acquisition Cedric Ceballos, the Lakers struggled 94, 95 season, which I'm guessing that's the season that
I remember that.
we went to. That was the 94.
Magic
95.
Johnson lasted like a month coaching. He was like, oh shit, I'm not built for this. I'm out of here. Too funny, bro. Too funny. But God, I remember that on my honeymoon. But I was lucky. Everything worked out. I got tickets like right behind the bench. So it was a great experience, even though they lost. I mean, the Heat was a young team in those days. It was kind of right out of the expansion years. So, yeah. Let's see. I'm 47. I've been working in physical over 30 years. My brother always worked inside AC and on computers. Me and him are totally different in strength. He's broken down while I'm not. Yeah, that's what happens. If you don't stay active, you will break down for sure. For sure. NorCal says, wife and I married in Tahoe, heaven on earth. Well, isn't that the mountain? Isn't it heavenly? I think I remember, wasn't that the name of the mountain there in Tahoe? You ski? I think it was called Heavenly, if I remember that mountain. Inline skates are way better and faster. Yeah, I would imagine. But I'll stay with the classics indoor. You can do everything you want with the classics indoor. But outdoor, I would think inline is the most important one. That's for sure. Dolphins. They end up restructuring their deal with Bradley Chubb. And as we told you, he was going to be a June 1st cut. And Bradley Chubb knows that he was going to be a June 1st cut. And because he's coming off a injury, there's no way he can prove that he's back to form. And because he has an injury history, there's no way he was going to make the kind of money that he can possibly make this year, because now he deferred all his money to incentives instead. So now he'll get a smaller base salary. We'll find out what it is. And he'll have a lot more opportunities to make it in incentives if he stays healthy. So this becomes a good deal for all parties. And I'll tell you one of the things that I like about all of this that happens for the Miami Dolphins. One, Chubb has had more than enough time now to recover from everything. He should be 100% when training camp rolls around. So he has had well over a year now. He's also not been in the system, but been around the system and around Weaver for a year now. Another positive. And in order for him to make his money, in order for the man to make his money, he's got to stay on the field. He's got to kick ass. So the carrot dangles for that. So now you've got Chop. You've got Jalen Phillips coming back. He should be 100% also for the regular season. You've got Chubb also, and you've got Kamara. And then you probably can bring back Agba. That's not going to cost you an arm and a leg to bring back Agba. And then maybe you make another move if you need to. But this kind of gives you a chill pill in the area of the pass rush because Chop should take that next step. Phillips should be back. Chubb should be 100%. Agba is a fantastic number 4. So this kind of solves that problem. I like this. I like this overall because even if you go out and sign somebody else, that person has to then get acclimated with everything going on and hasn't been here and all that. Whereas at least Chubb has the familiarity of playing with a lot of these guys. And then at the same time, has some familiarity of being around the system for a year. So mentally, he's been able to grasp it. I think he did some practicing towards the end of the season. He probably did some stuff. So, I really like this move for the Miami Dolphins overall. I think this is one where you can say as a Dolphin fan that you can be happy with the way it ends up. All right. That's what I would tell you. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it, and I really like what I'm seeing in that sense. Listen, I think they have an opportunity to still have a terrific offseason. Do I buy Mike McDaniel? Well, that's my problem. By the way, Subaru of Pembroke Pines, a proud sponsor of our program, and, the Zinn family is with us all the way. Acura of Pembroke Pines. We'll be there next week. We're at Toyota of Hollywood once a month. And now at Subaru of Pembroke Pines, we'll be there last Wednesday of the month. And right now, the Subaru Ascent, you can get it, folks, for $323 a month. Subarus are absolutely amazing vehicles and very reliable vehicles. The Forester, $259 a month, lease feature, absolutely amazing. The Crosstech, which is a really groovy-looking car, $239 a month. The Crosstech Wilderness, by the way, you can get that one for $309 a month. So if you're looking to get a little bit more on the outdoors, the Outback, by the way, you could get it for $289 a month. These are all 2025 models. The Legacy, $269 a month. The Impreza, the 5-door, you can get it for $149 a month. Incredibly affordable lease features. The WRX Premium, $366 a month. Get on down there. Check it out for yourself. 16100 Pines Boulevard in Pembroke Pines. Tell them that Big O sent you. I'm telling you, they will take care of you out there at Subaru of Pembroke Pines. All right. Let's switch gears. The man, the myth, the legend. The Ethereum giant.
Yes.
That is, and I heard you heard Trump bought 10 million today. You bought 20 million.
Yeah, I do. I doubled. I didn't double it. I matched them. Matched them.
Yeah.
Minus a few zeros. But anyhow,
he must know something, by the way.
He would think. He might.
They're going to have a crypto convention tomorrow in the White House.
Tomorrow.
You didn't know about this?
I didn't know it was tomorrow.
It's tomorrow.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I wasn't invited?
Why do you think he bought it now?
Oh, he wants to get a little spike out of it, yeah.
Because tomorrow he's gonna get a spike. So tomorrow,
I'm an Ethereum.
Now you're an Ethereum.
I'm an Ethereum guy versus a Bitcoin guy.
You haven't got any Bitcoin yet on this dip?
Time out. I will. I'm getting greedy. So I come to Big O and Sean and all your listeners to announce something. Normally, I want to tell all the great things that are happening here. All the great high hands, poker's on fire here. We're doing great. You got
Mercedes.
Well, let's just go backwards just for a moment.
Messi.
This past Saturday, I missed you. I missed
know.
you. His and hers
Rolex
watches.
I know.
So we give it the customers a choice of a cash option or the Rolex watches. It took the customer that won the watches about a millisecond. Give me the watches now. She says, pack them up. That's what she said when they're not. That's a nice set. That set is worth way more than we paid.
But she's smart.
There's a shortage. There's a shortage of Rolex right now.
They're going to go up in value. Your money is going to devalue.
But listen to this though. I'm at breakfast with my best friend.
Very smart woman.
I'm at breakfast this morning with my best friend Tony Galvin. He's a superstar guy from Jersey. He's one of the greatest guys. We go to the Floridian, the old Floridian Dempy diner on Las Olas. We're a little disappointed they renovated. We used to like when it was
you like it when it's a hole in the wall. Yeah.
I used to like it when the door in the bathroom fell off. They actually fixed all that. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
So Tony
character. Keep the
Tony
character.
said he was walking on Las Olas before he met me for breakfast this morning. He said there's 2 jewelry stores on Las Olas saying they're advertising Rolexes, display only. There's a shortage of Rolex. And we gave away a his and hers set this past Saturday. It was fantastic.
Smart woman. She puts it in a safety deposit box.
So
just leave it there and it's going to grow in value.
This is all going to come back to crypto at some point.
I have a Submariner that I got when I was a teenager. It's worth.
I have a Timex that I got when I was a teenager. I still have it. But anyhow, yeah.
But I have a Rolex. I have a Submariner. It's got the. What's the name of that face? It's got the something face.
So we're amongst the Bitcoin tycoon here. He's talking about his Rolexes. We have Timexes and Casios.
Dude, when I bought it, it was nothing in those days.
I know those things are going up in value.
Now it's worth like 5-6 times what I bought it.
Yeah. Well, when you buy it from the guy that it falls off the truck, you get a good value. But anyhow, so
it's only people I know.
At any rate, so we gave away the watches this past Saturday. The last Saturday in March, 1 a.m. casino time. Saturday night. The last Saturday in March this year. I mean, this coming up in 4 weeks.
This coming. Oh,
coming up. Yeah. March 1st, we gave away the watches. The last Saturday of March, we're giving away your choice Mercedes, an SUV or a little bit of a sports car. I know you guys are sports car guys.
I'm a sports car guy, but I want that SUV.
So we got a perfect situation here.
You nailed it. I am a sports car guy.
But he's an SUV guy.
No, but I got to get an SUV now.
Now you need the SUV.
I'm going.
Yeah, you're not going to the sports. It's going to be hard to get in and out. Me too.
Yeah.
All right. So, but that's not the announcement. There's more.
Wait.
There's more. What's the cable news said? What's the cable thing? There's a news break. It's like a news break every 20 seconds, right? No, this is a news break. In Big O world, this is truly worthy of a genuine news break.
Wait a minute.
April, we're having a month-long promo. You know what the giveaway is?
What?
50,000 crypto coin. Giving away your choice of whatever crypto coin you want.
Wow.
50,000. So you can buy a bunch of Ethereum, a bunch of piece of Bitcoin, a bunch of other. Your choice. $50,000 crypto coin giveaway. No, not April 1st. It's the last Saturday in April. I think it's let me look at my calendar.
It's the 30th. It's the 30th.
No, I think it's the 26th.
Of April? The last Saturday. I'm saying.
Yeah.
Last Saturday of April.
Yeah, so it is. The last Saturday is April 26th. April 26th. So think about it. Rolex watches in February, March 1st, but the whole month of February.
Mercedes.
Choice of Mercedes in March. Crypto in April. It's tax month. We went with the financial thought process. How's that? Not a bad little menu.
This is a party town right here.
Not a bad little menu. And
party
for
town.
Your listeners, that's the first time it's been publicly announced of the crypto. It got approved by the owner yesterday.
So you're
Or 2 days
driving
ago,
your
2 days ago.
Mercedes with a Rolex on and Fitty in crypto in your pocket.
Fitty and
in your digital wallet.
Yeah, Fitty in your digital wallet.
That's it. You're rolling.
Yeah. I mean, that's a hell of, yeah. All you have to do is play slot machines. I mean, that's pretty easy.
That's it.
Pretty easy.
That's it.
I'm telling you. And we got some.
And wives and girlfriends are really good at that. So there you go.
Now on the
Here, honey, you play. Don't tell her anything about the entries. Just let her play, and then you win, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, you did great on the slot machine. You win the Mercedes, you win the watches, you win the crypto. She has no idea what she did for you. You know what I mean? You entertained her, and then she won you entries, and right, yeah, you give her a little dinner here.
There you go.
That's
Life
it.
is good, right? Now
That's
we
it.
have. Now I'm going to give you a little teaser. I'm just having too much fun here today. So we having all kinds of March, we are promo heavy in poker. Promo heavy. But I got a little bit. I'm not going to tell you today. It's a teaser. It's all I'm telling you is it's a first ever in this in Dade County. I think you guys are going to
Well, you just
love
did it. Crypto. Nobody's giving away $50,000.
That's a first ever.
No one's ever done
That's a first ever.
That's pretty good.
Promo, right? But we got a first ever. We got a first ever on the poker side too. I'll probably be announcing it in about 2 weeks, and your guys will be the first to hear about it. Your
Okay.
viewers.
All right.
It's a nice one. It's a little bit trendy. You know, we're trying to stay with the current events of the world. You know.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not the. Although I do have something to read to you. It's I mean, this is getting out of hand. I'm going to change directions here. This is going really, really a big change of directions here. But I'm going to just read you this here. Let's see. So, Doge is getting out of hand. My wife just asked me to email her by midnight listing 5 things I did around the house last week. So it's getting out of control.
So she's doging you in the house.
It's getting out of control with the whole Doge
wow.
thing. Yeah,
So
see,
you're getting doged at home.
Yeah, Doge is getting really out of it. It's not good.
They busted you at home. You're not efficient at home.
I got to email my wife with 5 things I've done around the house this week.
That's it.
Yeah. Or else I guess I don't know what happens. You know? Oh, I did. Yeah. Sure. Yeah, like those government people have 5 things. That's 5 things they did in 5 years.
Can she deport you to Italy?
I probably can. Yeah. Or maybe she would deport me to New Jersey.
Okay.
You know, yeah. Like Jersey accepts anything. It's like a chemical waste.
Yeah, that's. I forgot about that. Now I never thought about our wives now doging us.
Doge us. Yeah. You go home.
That's not good.
Yeah, you can tell your wife, but I know some people that they have to send emails to their wife saying the 5 things they've done.
You get home, she's sitting there with her legs crossed. All right, honey, sit out.
Yes, it's getting out of control.
We're doging to see how efficient you are in this relationship.
A lot of efficiencies going on.
You're not taking out the trash.
Yeah.
You're not picking up your stuff.
Or maybe you're not taking the trash out quick enough.
Or yes.
Yeah,
or,
you know what I mean?
Or you're not bringing the trash can back in.
That's a
fast
thing.
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah. You didn't get the mail.
Yeah.
You didn't get the mail.
Didn't get the mail. Yeah. I'm a mail. Yeah, I'm the mail guy.
You didn't throw out the trash bins in the bathroom. You just threw out the main trash.
The kitchen one, right? What are you
doing? You got to go around the bathrooms and pick up all.
Not efficient. Yeah.
Yeah. You left the dump, and that's not good in Doge.
It's gonna be rough.
You can't leave the dump around in Doge.
It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be a rough day.
Yeah, bro.
At any rate, we is there any sports going on? I mean, do we have
the Heat is struggling along, trying to exist. Inter Miami's doing no, but I mean the Panthers are amazing.
No,
it's kind of unfair that the Panthers.
I have to report.
What?
Last Thursday, I had the pleasure, and thank you to our owner, John Bernetti. He was able to. We have some tickets to the Panther games.
Oh, he has season tickets. That's why he's the smart guy.
Well, want to know what
That's why he's the owner.
Now, your crowd, some of your crowd is younger, so they may not know what I'm going to say next. Some of the older crowd will get it. There was a baseball player named Bob Uecker.
Yes.
Bob Uecker and his famous line was, "Must be in the front row."
Right.
Well, I went with 3 of my friends, Lorenzo.
So you had lower ice seats?
Lorenzo, Harold from poker, our poker marketing manager here. come over and
was that
and
your
Denzel.
first time ever?
It was not my first time, but
no, I mean in lower bowl, like there.
No, it was. I'd been in the seats once before.
Okay,
but they had not been.
Okay, see,
so and I
that's-
didn't, and I just told him. I said they're pretty.
It's just not that; it's the experience of lower bowl.
Okay, but I said they're pretty Mac Daddy. That's what I said. I was trying to be, not too descriptive. So we get to the stadium, and we get into. Oh, there's section one.
Brunetti's a badass.
Right.
He's
And
smart.
And the girl says, "Do you know where your seats are?" And I turned to the three guys. I said, "Must be in the front row, row one." So when the guy's face is on the ice, he's about like 2 feet from your face.
Yes.
It was pretty spectacular sports experience.
I know.
And
I
by
know.
the way,
That's what I tell everybody. The best live sport that exists
is hockey.
It's hockey, and it's not even close. Dude.
Don't watch it on TV. Just go there.
No. TV does not do hockey justice at all. And let me tell you something. If you sit in the upper bowl, you're going to enjoy it. But if you ever get a chance to sit lower bowl, anywhere lower bowl, it doesn't have to be the first row. It could be the 5th row. It could be the 10th row. But if you ever sit lower bowl just one time, it changes your entire perspective of hockey live. It's the best playoffs that exist. It may not be your favorite sport. I don't give a shit. It's not my favorite sport, but I am more than honest to say that the most exciting playoffs that exist is the NHL playoffs and the best sport live. All the other sports are made for television.
Yeah.
Every single other sport is way better than hockey on television. But live, there's nothing like hockey.
So
nothing.
I'm going to add one last thing to it before I leave. It was a rematch of the Stanley Cup.
You went to
Edmonton versus the Panthers.
Good for you.
And they win by 1 goal.
4-3.
I mean, you know what? I'm a blessed guy. Thank you very much.
Dude,
Mr.
Brunetti must love you to give you those tickets
well, to be
for
honest
that
with you,
game.
No. What happened was 2 months ago he said pick a game.
I'm not surprised he didn't give him tickets to the fucking Calgary Flames and shit.
No.
Brunetti had some plan.
No, that's probably true too. No, listen. No. True story.
Sloppy seconds.
No. True story.
I'll take it.
Even a blind squirrel can get a nut sometimes. 2 months ago, he gave me a list. I just circled Edmonton. That's all I did. Totally, it was like nothing.
Wow.
I just circled like I was like, all right. And
I think he's firing you now in the next week. At the beginning, the balls of this guy picking the Edmonton game. Out of all things, how does he pick the Edmonton game?
It was pretty spectacular. I did thank him.
You better thank him.
I thanked him this past week.
That's badass on his part.
It was a great game. The hockey, the whole experience there was very nice.
I mean, seriously, it's like, no, we'll give you the Calgary tickets. You can go to that game.
I was, the Jersey Devils were already taken, so I took the Edmonton.
Actually, the Devils games
pretty good.
Pretty good now, actually. Because they went through their youth movement. And now they're coming out of that youth movement and growing up.
So I have another thing. I'll just leave another thing before I leave. So my son, he's been reveling in the joy from Philadelphia, the Eagles, and blah blah blah.
Yeah, of course.
And he's a hardcore Eagle fan. And I tried to make him a Giant fan. I have pictures of him when he was 5.
That's not right of him.
Just didn't happen.
Can't do that.
It just didn't happen, right? However, years ago, I knew the owner of the Devils, John McMullen, and his CEO and CFO at the same time. And I would go to Devils games often. Quite often, I would go to the Devils games in these unbelievable seats behind this, like in row, or on the tunnel, like in row 5. I remember I was sitting there one time with my family. It's a row of 4 in row 5. And Donald Trump was behind me. I remember that. Watching that game one time. But it was all good seats there, lower bowl, right?
The old stadium.
Yeah, the old in not in Newark, in
right,
the Meadowlands.
Yeah,
in the Meadowlands. And my son lives in Philadelphia, hardcore Eagles fan, likes the Phillies. he's a Devils fan and has season tickets.
Yeah, but that happens to all you South Jersey people and and North Philly people and all that.
Jersey is all Philadelphia Flyers. The Flyers were.
But I've seen the people that live in that border area of Philly and Jersey.
They switch a little.
They
on
flop.
Teams.
Yeah, they flop around. They don't necessarily follow right where they live all the teams.
He likes
sometimes
the
they
Sixers.
pick and choose.
He just doesn't like. He loves the Devils.
He's not abnormal, is what I'm trying to tell you.
He
In
loves
that
them.
area of the country, that's not abnormal.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. But
I've seen the guys that live in Jersey like the Philly team, and I've seen the guys that live in the Philly like the Jersey teams. I've seen that. It's just kind of one of those things that, because you're so, you're such in a small area with so many teams. You even have it with the New Yorkers.
Listen,
that they won't know just because the Islanders were winning all of it. Screw that. I'm going to be a Devils fan. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff, or the Yankees or Mets or whatever. You know, yin or yang or stuff like that. And that happens with the Philly, Jersey, New York thing.
It's
sometimes.
not very often in this country. So I still keep a small residence in New Jersey. That is on the borderline. It is 1 hour from New York and 1 hour from Philly.
I know.
So we get an extra NFL game,
right?
Because we get the Eagles game, and we get the Giants or Jets game. Right. So we actually get an extra NFL game, during the.
That's why that breeds that.
And so it's like a tweener. It's a tweener situation there. And think about it. You can have,
because sometimes you're stuck in a neighborhood where everybody likes the same team because you're in that neighborhood and you're like, no, I want to be different. Like, I'll give you an example. I grew up here in South Florida and we didn't have a baseball team. So every kid.
Is there a baseball team now? No, just kidding.
Every kid.
Sort of.
Every kid liked the Yankees, the Orioles, the Dodgers, the Red Sox, and I know I'm forgetting one more. The Reds.
70s.
Big
70s.
I'm a 70s kid.
Yeah, big red machine.
So those were the teams that every kid in my neighborhood either liked. I became a Philadelphia Phillies fan. I refused to go with everybody else. And I became a Mike Schmidt, Carlton, Trujillo, Boone. That was my team. And then because my dad was also a trucker and would end up going to Philly, I then became a Sixers and a Flyers fan because I didn't have those teams here.
You didn't have hockey teams.
I only grew up with the Dolphins and then the Strikers because Joe Robbie likes soccer, so he it's kind of the Hunt family. That owns the KC Chiefs. It's the U.S. Open Cup trophy is called the Lamar Hunt Trophy because Lamar Hunt is the one that started the NASL in soccer.
I didn't know that. I didn't know, boy. He's
so NFL people were very key to establishing soccer in this country. The Robbies, the Hunts, they were pro.
They had the stadiums, and why not?
They had the pro. They were pro exactly, but they were also willing to do it. Like Robbie, when he built his own stadium, he built it with the configurations of, okay, we can host soccer and baseball and football.
Yeah.
And
although
sure enough,
baseball was a little lean in there.
But you can move the stands back to create the baseball. If he didn't build it that way, it helped lure baseball for us.
He got a baseball team to Miami.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. His foresight, was a major payoff for us. And then you can always hold international soccer matches because you can move the seats back and all of that. So all of that stuff, you got to really credit Mr. Robbie that he was, open-minded about all that kind of stuff.
So I'm going to.
And remember when we were young in those days, Pele was.
Oh, Pele was the man.
He was filling that shit up for 70,000.
Yeah.
And then wherever he went, it was kind of what Messi has done now. In those days, every town he went to, your stadium was sold out because who didn't want to go see Pele?
And I want to let you know something.
Did you ever get to do that, by the way?
I never saw Pele.
It was right in your backyard.
He was in the Meadowlands, right?
I know, right in your backyard.
And I had a couple opportunities to go, and I just missed it. There's a few things in my life I missed. 3 or 4 opportunities to go see Frank Sinatra. I never saw him. Frank Sinatra.
No
free
shit.
tickets, comp tickets, and I was like too busy or something.
Well, that's right. You work for Trump, dude.
Yeah, I was. No,
Holy
I was also,
shit!
my
You were
buddies,
in the casino, running the casino.
It was a shame.
How do you missed Frank
Sinatra? That was a tough one. That was one that I missed. I was like, ooh, why did I screw that one up? That was a tough one. I had, good seats, comp seats, the whole 9 yards.
Are you ever allowed back to Italy ever again now for that?
I'm allowed to Italy.
I mean,
but
I'm going to call your wife. That's a Doge infraction.
Well,
that's a Doge infraction.
I'm allowed to back to Italy, but I'm not allowed back to Hoboken, New Jersey, his hometown. But anyhow, so
definitely not. Definitely not.
Which I may add. This is where I'm going to leave. This is the perfect way to leave. I'm not allowed back in Hoboken. However, my best friend Tony, who we started the show with, was born in Hoboken, New Jersey. So there you go, guys. Signing out in Hoboken, signing out.
Good stuff, Steve.
Take care.
Good stuff, my brother. And by the way, see if the what does the wise guy bet on off season? So next week when you join us, let's see what his degenerate self bets on in the off season, because I'm interested, because it's always football, and I'm wondering, what does he do in the off season? Well, wait a minute, give him the mic there, because I don't want him screaming.
I'll verify this. He's an ex basketball coach.
Oh,
and I may add championships. He's won a couple championships.
Okay,
kind of won a couple championships. So I think he's pretty good. At betting the NBA, very good at it.
Also, then
I'll verify with him.
Yeah,
he's an ex-coach, championship, high school.
What are you doing?
High school.
I think this season, I think he had a winning season overall in football. I don't know about the tally, but I want to say most weeks we were beneficial.
Yeah, it definitely was a winning season.
Yeah, yeah.
If you bet $100, you were up for the end of the year.
Yeah.
Every bet was 100. Yeah, but I'm sure he's knee deep in the NBA.
Oh, dude, come on!
But
I'm
I'll
interested
verify.
to see. Yeah,
I'll verify it.
I mean, he ends up
put a little pressure
strong
on
with the Eagles and everything. Come on,
put a little pressure on the Jersey guy.
Yeah, definitely.
Adios.
All right, Steve. Appreciate you. All right, good stuff as always. Remember, Hialeah Park. Come on out here. $100 no regret first bet. Use the QR code right there. You make your bet, you get your $100, and we'll get picks from the wise guy next week in basketball. I was very interested to see what the wise guy does on the offseason, because every year he gives us the picks of the wise guy, but then after that he doesn't give us any more picks for the rest of the year. Do you need a quick break to get me back on? Okay. All right, give us a quick break here so I can try to get my ugly puss back onto the screen. Back with more right here on the Big O Radio Show.
It starts every morning before the sun comes up. Projects are laid out. Plans are made. Equipment is fueled and loaded with inventory to handle all service requests. Orders are given to an army of skilled landscape maintenance professionals, certified arbor trimmers, irrigation technicians, and licensed pest management experts who fan out to communities and businesses all over South Florida. Experienced, on time, and dependable. Our staff is fully trained, licensed, and insured. Contact us by phone, email, social media, or through our website to answer all your landscape questions. We are Cutter's Edge. Total Landscape Solutions.
When it comes to selling your home, efficiency is the best way, the less stress way. That's why Asmani Garcia and the Omega Home Realty Group is who you want to call. Sell your home for just $990. That's right, $990. No 6% commission. Asmani and Omega are the exclusive program director for just $990 in South Florida. Get full service real estate services like pro photos, beautiful brochures, Zillow and Alex, Realtor.com and Homes.com listings. Call Asmani to find out more at 305-440-1990. Scan the QR code or visit just990.com to get started. Omega Home Realty Group and Asmani Garcia are ready to present your home to thousands of prospective buyers. Call 305-440-1990. Call Asmani Garcia and tell him Big O sent you.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
After 40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1984. Since then, they've been winning awards while being voted the best inexpensive Italian restaurant in Miami. Visit them for great food, amazing service. Witness the decades of Cane's memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
All right. Welcome back here at Hialeah Park, baby. Hialeah Park. Yes, sir. Panthers continue to make moves. Can't wait for the playoffs again. It's so amazing to see the level of the Florida Panthers and how they are heads and tails above everyone here in South Florida. Everyone. Inter Miami is like a distant second. And then there's nobody else. Like third place is just a bunch of teams, you know, the Heat, the Dolphins, whatever. The Marlins are nowhere even anywhere. But it's amazing how good the Florida Panthers are, top to bottom. How well they're run, how they understand the window they're in. You know, we talked about this earlier on the show where the Miami Heat have done a piss poor job of taking advantage of windows, when to get in and when to get out of them. And they put themselves in bad windows like the Scrubs, Whiteside, Dion Waiters. That was you committed to that window for 4 years. Are you out of your mind? You're lucky you have the best coach in the business, but you know, and then you didn't know when to get out of the window with Jimmy Butler, you know, shit like that. And I have other examples if I want to nitpick, but that's so key. And the Dolphins haven't done a good job of that, but the Panthers, they have weaved themselves in and out, and they have done a marvelous job. And kudos to the ownership group. Vinny Viola obviously is a monster. I know Sifu and, you know, the other owners, obviously, and that front office, the way they have, since those people took over, and then they realized they had to make the change with Dale Talon. And they've made the change for the coaching, and they've made the commitment to getting real stars. And they've been able to acquire those stars or draft them or develop them or whatever it is. Dude, top to bottom, just great stuff to see. And I can't wait to see, you know, how good the Panthers are going into the playoffs, and how they can actually get there again. Because if they get to the Stanley Cup Finals for a third year in a row, we are talking about stuff that the 70s Dolphins did and the 2010s, I don't know if that's how you say it, Miami Heat Big Three, the Big Three era. You know what I'm saying? That's the only kind of franchises that have done that, and it's pretty damn special. And if they can go out and win it, they would do exactly what the Big Three did, win 2 of 3, and obviously the Miami Dolphins 2 of 3. It would be incredibly impressive. Wow. Can't say enough of it. I'll be obviously watching tonight like the rest of you. I'll be watching Inter Miami too against Cavalier FC because it is the CONCACAF Champions Cup, and that continues. So I'm looking forward to that. By the way, tomorrow we're in studio. We're not on the road. Saturday, I will be at the Fort Lauderdale United Tampa Bay Sun FC game. I'm looking forward to that. The Florida Derby. I'm going to go support the ladies. Looking forward to that. So if you happen to be going to that game, please, reach out, say hi. I'll be walking around. I'll be there early. On. So I usually go there early, go catch the teams warming up and stuff, and get a little feel for the atmosphere and check out the place and some of the improvements from last year. Although I think it might be cold this weekend. We'll see. True Fin fan, thank you for the love also on the super chat, sir. Very nice of you. Kind. Thank you. Remember, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. And you can make a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation, and we always appreciate that. Thank you. Let's see what else we have. I went to a Lightning Cats game on Monday. I was on the edge of my seat there, and I'm a season ticket holder. Yeah, dude, live hockey is the best. Luka and LeBron, easy money. Vegas made one mistake. That's what Luis Benito says. Mark Smith says, I'm only a Dolphins fan because my dad likes New Orleans, and I wanted to be contrary, but was too young to realize Atlanta was closer to us than Miami. Oh, man. Thank you. That's right. Mark is right. Smash that like button, please. Hector says Stephen Ross is too loyal. I mean, it happens, man. What are we going to do? How about this? Let me give you an interesting story that will frustrate the shit out of you. Dan Lanning just got a new contract with Oregon. Did you see this, Sean? A new 6-year contract. It averages $11 million annually. So he's now through 2030 locked in. He's got a $20 million buyout. So there's a good chance Dan Lanning is not going anywhere. Okay? He's 38 years old. Just won the Big Ten. And he has gone in his 3 seasons 35-6. Mario Cristobal has gone 22-16 in the same time. 12-12 in a mediocre conference. I mean, that's some painful shit, dude. We all thought, me included, I am one of them. I got it. I'm telling you, I'm one of them. I think I'm wrong right now about Mario Cristobal. I bought it hook, line, and sinker. Miami guy, and I know he is a Miami guy, and that's the good thing, that if he does succeed, he's not going to want to go anywhere. This is his last stop if he's able to survive. Obviously, if he gets fired in a couple of years, he'll continue working somewhere else. But if he has success here, he'll never leave, which is great. But I don't know if he's going to have that overall success. I just haven't been impressed. But Dan Lanning, I've been impressed with what he's done at Oregon. They both have all the resources they need. Neither guy is in a great conference. And yet, this guy did way better. And he lost in the playoffs to the national champion. So it sucked that they were number 1 and they lost, but they lost to what was, I think most of us would admit that it didn't matter the rankings. At that moment, Ohio State was the best team in football, and they ended up proving it by winning the national championship. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like something that in hindsight we're surprised or shocked or anything like that. It wasn't really an upset. It was just an upset by rankings. But when we looked at the team, really Ohio State was the better team. But Oregon had a much better season than Miami. Oregon's program is headed in a much better direction than Miami. Oregon has a better head coach than Miami's. Kind of sucks. But I saw that and I was like, wow, man, this guy got paid. He deserves it. And he's done a much better job than Mario Cristobal here. Much better job. So, yeah, no, there is no doubt, my friend, that Oregon loves the fact that they moved on from Mario Cristobal. And a lot of the people in Oregon were also complaining about Mario's conservative ways, too. It wasn't something that he was royally accepted by everybody out there. You know what I'm saying? So that's one where. Anyway, let's switch over to a little music. Why don't we, Sean Stanley? Let's talk about musicians born on March 6th. We start off with Tyler, the Creator, the American rapper, musician, songwriter, record producer, actor, designer, comedian, born on this date in 1991. Chris Thompson, drummer from Vampire Weekend, born on this date in 1984. I was just enlightened about them. I have no idea about them. I think it was Pat in Asheville that told me about them. Let's see who else. Betty Boo. I didn't know she was an actual person. Allison Morai Clarkson. She was born in 1970. I don't know who she is, but just because of the name Betty Boo, I mentioned it. What the hell? Let's see who else. Kiki D. Don't Go Breaking My Heart. Pauline Matthews, singer. Obviously the duo with Elton John. Born in 1947. Born in 1946 on this date, the great David Gilmour, guitarist, songwriter with Pink Floyd. Who else is celebrating a birthday today? Hugh Grundy from the Zombies, born on this date in 1945. She's not there. Mary Wilson from the Supremes, born on this date in 1944. And that does it for musicians born on this date. Let's go with other famous people born on this date. Shaquille O'Neal is born on this date, and he is 53 years old. Martin Kove, movie actor, always plays a bad guy, 79. Let's see who else. Michelangelo, painter, born in 1475. We lost him just recently in 1564, just around the corner. I remember like it was yesterday. Yeah. And, I remember the internet crashed when he passed away. I mean, really. Nodes everywhere were crashing. Josh Hart, basketball player, is 30 years old. Connie Britton, TV actress, is 58. And that is it. Sean Stanley. Oh, that's true. What up, Doc? What's up, Doc? Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. I forgot about that. He's a rapper.
That's right. Don't forget. Put some respect on his name.
That's it.
Wrestling birthdays. Chad Dick is 47. David Flair, the son of the Nature Boy, is 46.
Whose Dick is what, 47?
Chad Dick is 47.
Oh, Chad Dick. Okay.
Yes. Okay. Killer Khan, born on this date in 1947. We lost him in 2023. Maso Inouye is 55. Val Venus is 54. And Mr. Kennedy is 49 today on March 6th, 2025.
All right. Let's move over a little music history. What happened today on March 6th? Well, we start off back in 1976. Fleetwood Mac released the Stevie Nicks penned single, Rihanna. In 1989, Aerosmith singer Steven Tyler became a father for the third time when his daughter, Chelsea Ann Taylor, was born. In 2004, David Crosby was arrested for leaving a bag of marijuana, a knife, and a loaded gun in a hotel room in New York. I mean, we all do that. I leave my marijuana knife and gun everywhere. I mean, I just, I think I left it in the bathroom right now. In 2006, because it was leaked early, Pearl Jam decided to make their new single, A Worldwide Suicide, available as a free download from their website without digital rights management restrictions. And that's what happened today in Musica history.
The Jaguars have traded Christian Kirk to the Texans. So C.J. Stroud gets another
possession guy.
Yeah, another weapon.
We could use that guy. That's the kind of guy that we need off of the guys we have.
It's only for a seventh-round pick.
Yeah, a Cup, a Christian Kirk. Yeah, because he's got a salary already in place, right? That's what it is. They're trying to, So it's probably what they're doing. Let's see. What did you say, Sean? That's a terrible name. Easily confused with another phrase. That's what I said. Mike No Go Zone says, good afternoon, everybody. Want to send a shout out to my alma mater, St. John's University. All right, Mikey. Hope you're doing well, my brother. Hope to see you down the line. Let's see. By the way, we do want to remind you here, Monday through Thursday, they give away $500 every 30 minutes from 12 to 5 p.m. So ends today, but Monday through Thursdays, and then $1,100 every 40 minutes from 6 to 10 p.m. later on this evening. Saturdays, $750 every 30 minutes, 9 to midnight. So constantly they are giving stuff away. They just gave away the his and hers Rolex. They're now giving away your choice of Mercedes this week. They're going to give away next month $50,000 in crypto. Wonder who gave them that idea. All of that. I mean, they're giving away Messi tickets tomorrow here. And while you're here, you show them that you did the no regret first bet, $100. You can get $50 more of play here in the casino. I don't know how many more giveaways you guys want. And the slots are loose. Okay? I know some of you want to meet a loose slut, but if you want to meet loose slots, we have them here at Hialeah Park. So there you go. And you don't pick up any STDs. You pick up those loose sluts. Yeah, it's not a good thing. Now you go play with loose slots, it pays off. See? Slots, not sluts. So it's what we say around here. Slots, not sluts. It's kind of the way it goes. That's our saying. That's our campaign slogan. Slots, not sluts. Let's see. I'm not defending Mario, but is not fair to compare. It's not fair to compare results. Yes, it is fair to compare results.
If you go back up, he said Mario left them a loaded roster.
Actually, that is not right. That's not right. What he won with this year, go check it out. See, that's the problem, George. You're too much of a homer, and you don't know the facts. Go look at the recruited players. Go look at the quarterback. Lanning brought that guy there. Lanning, their pass rusher he brought that guy there. So you are not correct on that. And by the way, Mario Cristobal never did this. Never did what Dan Lanning accomplished right now. He never did that at Oregon. Sorry, my brother. I'm a big Mario guy. Okay. I wanted Mario here and all that, but I'm not the guy that when I'm wrong, I'm going to tell you, bro, I'm wrong. And nothing that Mario's done is impressive here for 3 years. There's not a goddamn thing he's done that's impressive. Nothing. Nothing on game day that's impressive. Okay, he hasn't shown me shit in any season. So I'm sorry, George, or whatever, you are way too much of a homer. Blind ass fan alert. Yes, sir.
I think you're off, though.
Oh, yeah, why?
Because he has impressed me on ways he's lost games.
Oh, that's true.
I mean, it has been freaking impressive.
That is true. That is true. That is true. You know, George, it's a great point on Sean's part. He has been impressive on how he loses. Because Dan Lanning just, he doesn't know how to take a knee either. Anyway. Big O, you and Brett Dodger messed me up. I had no more time for another sport. Guess what? Now I'm a hockey fan thanks to you. There's no other sport like hockey. Maybe a great fight, but damn, yeah. Hockey's amazing. And plus, it's not only that, true Fin fan. We are blessed to have great ownership, dude. Like phenomenal ownership that ends up like finding a great GM and a great head coach, and they go and trade for all kinds of great talent, and we're spoiled, dude. And think about our road. Our road to greatness is tougher than everybody else's because most states don't have to deal with a fucking Tampa Bay.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Like we have gone through. You remember? You're old enough for this, true Fin fan. You're old enough, I think, for this. The Detroit Pistons had to get through the Boston Celtics. The Bulls had to get through the Pistons. There had to be a rite of passage.
Everybody had to wait for Jordan to retire.
And then he had to wait for Jordan to retire. Or Houston had to wait for Jordan to go to baseball.
Yeah, baseball, that's right.
You know what I mean? And it's kind of like we had to go through that with the Tampa Bay Lightning. Like they are, and they're still great, but we're better than they are right now. But holy shit, just to become great, we had to get great in our state first. We have to love this. We have to embrace this. This is super special, man. Super special. Yes, sir.
Not only the fact with what we have but also when you look at hockey, the players give a damn.
Oh yeah.
Every time they go out, they're not sitting out when it's
right
when they're coming back home after they've been traded.
The bullshit of the NBA.
Yeah, they're not doing all that shit. You get matchups that you want to see.
Yeah. The Edmonton matchup was marquee.
Fantastic.
That's it.
They live up to the expectation.
Yeah. Back when you remember
they deliver.
Back when the NBA was fantastic. Remember that when the NBA was fantastic? Well, the only thing fantastic now is hockey in the regular season. The NBA is absolute pure garbage in the regular season. The NBA game has gone downhill, actually. It's not very good. And there's no comparison between the NBA and the NHL. It's just, unfortunately, the NBA has the popularity, but the NHL is 100 times better than the NBA. It's not even close. Real professionals from beginning to end. The NBA they're a bunch of dogs, bro. And I don't mean it in a good way. I mean like you got a bunch of pieces of shit in the NBA. Bunch of lazy, stealing thieves in the NBA. That's what you have. You have just despicable human beings in the NBA that steal money and don't produce for it. Meanwhile, in the NHL, they make less money and give you a hell of a lot more night in and night out. The NBA is disgusting. Put it that way.
And also kudos to the NHL for taking advantage of that Four Nations.
Yeah, dude.
And then Matthew Tkachuk's out on, live, primetime live, and things like that. Because, again, when you look at the NHL, it kind of looks like baseball in a way with the regional.
Right.
But now they're taking that step forward to actually.
Worldwide, yeah.
Yeah, because that's what the NBA did. They made players pop stars in a way, and then that's how the popularity took off. And
But the culture of one sport is completely different than the culture of the other sport.
100%.
Wow.
100%.
I mean, just lazy pieces of shit in the NBA. Seriously. I have to be vulgar and I have to be brutally honest because what goes on in the NBA is despicable, dude. It's disgusting what goes on in the NBA. Disgusting. And in hockey, they play broken. Broken they play. And they sacrifice everything and they play for their teammates, and in turn it becomes playing for you because when you go pay, you're going to get somebody's best every night. It's awesome. It's awesome. Yes.
I don't know if you've already seen this or not, but this happened 49 minutes ago.
Uh-oh.
The Colts announced they have released defensive tackle Raekwon Davis.
Ooh. The monster that is Raekwon Davis.
Omar Kelly tweets out, "Consider me intrigued."
What an underachiever that guy is, dude. Jesus, man. When they talked about his motor not being 100% all the time, they weren't kidding. He should be an NBA player. Let's bring it full circle. Raekwon Davis should be in the NBA, not the NFL. Mario had potential number 1 overall pick and couldn't even win a bowl game. It's completely fair to judge and criticize. Yeah, that's a great point right there for George. You had a Heisman Trophy candidate, and your sorry ass couldn't win that conference. Hell, you couldn't even get into the conference championship game. You couldn't even get in the playoffs. His coaching has been pathetic, bro. I'm sorry, but I have to call it like I see it. And I like Mario a lot. But I don't do this job for friends. You know what I mean? It's not like he's going to go out and give me all kinds of breaking stories or anything. You know what I mean? Not like he's doing me any favors. Never has done any favors for me. You know what I'm saying? So, if I'm going to bite the bullet for somebody, hell, do a favor for me at least, but not doing any of that. So I'm going to call it like I see it, like I would for Riley or anybody else, because none of them are doing me any favors. Nobody's doing me any favors in the Dolphins or the Heat and the Marlins, the Panthers, the Canes, Inter Miami. So,
Aaron Wilson has added more to it, by the way. It's a non-football illness designation for Raekwon Davis. Just so, I don't know if that changes, not that where he's coming here anyways, but
whatever.
He was not released. He was released with a non-football illness.
Whatever.
Designation.
Albert Wilson intrigues Omar Kelly. Anyway, Big O, you okay? You look like you're losing a lot of weight. So am I supposed to lose weight or stay big and fat? I'm trying to lose weight, bro. The idea is to get down to 205. So I'm somewhere in the low 230s now. I don't really weigh myself. I haven't gone to the doctor yet, but I know I've lost like 5 more pounds. Something like that. Because I can feel it. And you can see it. So, yeah, I am in the process of losing weight, my brother. And I have more to go. Probably have like another 25 to go. Something like that. So you're going to see me even skinnier eventually when it's all said and done as I continue. What I don't want to do is gain weight. So I'm trying to lose weight in the process. So thank you, Robert. But it's not a bad thing for me to lose weight. It's actually a very good thing for me to eliminate as much fat in my body as I can. The NBA is like watching an all-star game without the big names. No defense, all trash players, basically. So, anyway, what was the name of that other guy that was here this year with the dreads? That Chosen. Omar Kelly's intrigued by Robbie Chosen. So I'm not surprised if he's intrigued with Raekwon Davis. Once you fail, you fail. And, whatever, hopefully it's nothing serious. I hope that, it's not like a life-threatening thing for him. But I don't think so, because if he's getting released, it's whatever, something else. But bottom line is Raekwon Davis is a monster underachiever, and that's not the answer to if right now Mike McDaniel's trying to save his job and save everybody else's job, because that guy's going to get a lot of people fired in that building. And, the interesting part about the people in the building for the Dolphins, that's why you've seen some defections. People in the building don't believe in Mike McDaniel. Just want you to know that. Okay? There's a lot of people in the building that no longer believe in Mike McDaniel. They got a job and they're living through their contract and they're trying to survive and they're going to all do their best in their positions. But there's a lot of people in that building that don't have confidence in Mike McDaniel. A lot of people underneath in all kinds of different positions. Okay? Because I get to exchange with different people in the building at all levels. And there's a lot of them. They'll never say it publicly. They'll never tell any ownership or the front office or anything like that. But there's some coaches, scouts, people in that building. They are terrified of this season. Okay? They're not going into this season like I am. Like I have zero confidence in the Miami Dolphins in the 2025 season. Zero confidence. For me, the season is over before it even starts. Okay? I think they could have a phenomenal, like I told you, they could have a phenomenal offseason in the front office, and I don't think McDaniel's going to make shit out of it, to be quite honest. And a lot of people in that building feel the same way, but they're stuck like Chuck. So that's why you've had some defections, and you would have more if they could get out. Those that couldn't get out just couldn't get out. But make no mistake, there's a lot of people in that building that don't believe in Mike McDaniel. Okay? A lot of people in that building. So, just saying. It is what it is. And by the way, is that really a surprise? I mean, seriously, how many of you in this fan base actually have any? You have confidence that Mike McDaniel's going to be a good coach? Seriously? I mean, how blind are you? How dumb are you? How ignorant are you? How foolish are you? I don't know. I can continue with adjectives to describe your blindness. I don't know. You lie to yourself. Oh, I'm going to pay for these season tickets because he's going to figure it out this year. Oh, I'm going to go and travel to 4 games this year because I know Mike McDaniel. This is his year. Is that what you're telling yourself? Well, I'm going to buy tickets for the season opener because I know that Mike McDaniel, this is his year. He's not going to make all the mistakes he's made for 3 years. Seriously, like, who sits there and tells themselves that? Who? The people in the building aren't even telling themselves that. Okay? The people in the building aren't telling themselves that. Why should you? And I mean, if you're big into lying to yourself, you go ahead, bro. Maybe when I was 295, I'll just look in the mirror and say, no, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, no, the doctor says my blood is turning to mush. Doctor told me that, by the way. When I was like 290 something like that, whatever he goes, your blood's turning to mush now. So kind of scary. But it just, I don't know. Are we going to lie to ourselves? Is that what we're going to do? I mean, I'm not lying to myself. I love my Dolphins. I'll watch. I'll support. I'll do everything. I want to travel to Spain and all that. I would love to do home games somewhere. Road games somewhere at a bar this year or something. Locally, I don't really want to travel like we did last year. We traveled, and there was a lot of work to it, and I just not worth it, to be quite honest. Not worth it. But I don't have a lot of hope for it, to be quite honest. I'm going to watch because I love them. I'm going to support because I love them. I'm going to wish for the best because I love them, and I want them to win. And I hope I'm so wrong. God, I hope I'm wrong. But I have absolutely zero hope for the Dolphins this year. Zero hope. Doesn't matter what they acquire as good. Chris Greer can have a phenomenal offseason. They have the wrong coach. So it doesn't matter to me. You can give Del Harris, Kobe, and Shaq, but you're not going to get the same results when you give Kobe and Shaq to Phil Jackson. Okay? You want to give Scotty and Kobe to Phil Collins? Or is it not Phil Collins? What was the name? Something Collins. In Chicago, right before Phil Jackson. Doug Collins. Thank you so much. You want to give Scotty and Michael to Doug Collins? You go ahead. You're not going to get the same results when you give it to Phil Jackson. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes you have a good team. Like this year, you should have won 11 or 12 games. And you didn't. You had enough talent to win 11 or 12 games. And you didn't. So why am I supposed to feel like Chris Greer and company can hand this guy a team that can win 11 or 12 games and he's going to actually win them? Yeah, I'm sorry. I've never been that person that's going to sit there just because I'm a fan. I'm going to try to convince myself of some bullshit that isn't true. And just so you'll know, people in the building don't believe in Mike McDaniel. Okay? So they're not lying to themselves. They'll lie to themselves and to you in public if you asked anybody in the building. Oh, we love him. He's fantastic. Oh, he's going to fix it. He's going to get it all done this year. And whatever. Get him aside. Get him off the record. And you'll see what I'm talking about. Unfortunately. A coach who can't coach, a QB who refuses to stay healthy. I have zero joy for 2025 plus. I won't fall for anything, but if we win 2-3 in a row, I'm done with this era. Well, we'll see what happens. McDaniel will be a good coach in 15 years, and fans will say we should have kept him. But no, I'm not confident about the Fins in 2020. That's NorCal. Wow. I mean, it's just hard for us to be. We'd be lying to ourselves, NorCal. Right? We're lying to ourselves. Mike McDaniel has proven nothing to us. Mario Cristobal has proven nothing to us. Nothing. They've proven they're mediocre coaches. Both of them. Dolphins or Canes. I love the Canes fans. It's the same thing. Oh, this recruit and this, that. And bro, it's Mario Cristobal coaching. The quarterback you got now is not better than the guy you just left. And the guy that just left couldn't even get you to the ACC championship game because your coach sucks. So I'm supposed to expect Mario Cristobal to become a great coach this year or something? Like, really? Are we supposed to lie to ourselves? No, Paul Maurice is a great coach. Paul Maurice got to the Stanley Cup, then went back to the Stanley Cup and won it. And now is, again, one of the top teams in the league. And they're starting now to play their best hockey down the stretch. Sounds to me like a championship coach. You know, Tata Martino, given the roster of God in the MLS, the son of a bitch can't get out of the first round against a terrible Atlanta team. I mean, that's unacceptable, dude. So I'm sorry. I am not here to bullshit myself and lie to myself that Mike McDaniel is going to figure it out. And you know what? True Fin Fan makes the other point. I love Tua. You guys know it. I love Tua. I believe in Tua as the passer. But I have lost total faith in him because he refuses to take care of himself. And exactly what True Fan says. The other thing is Tua refuses to take care of himself. So we're really screwed. We have a quarterback that's a knucklehead, doesn't understand he's fragile. And we have a head coach that's a knucklehead and can't put it together. So I don't get excited about this edition or that edition or this draft pick or whatever because the guy that has to put it all together can't. That's the sad reality. So, in other words, if Anthony Weaver has the same team and he's the head coach, he probably has a better backup quarterback. It's better prepared. He adjusts, and he wins the 11 or 12 games. You know, if you had a real coach actually there, if D'Amico Ryans was your coach last year, they would have been better prepared. They would have won 11 or 12 games. You know, I can pick certain coaches around the league and say if I would have put them in the same situation, they would have had a better team, a better backup quarterback. Obviously, this moron picked a guy that doesn't even fit the system in Huntley. And then he had backing up in Thompson, a guy that couldn't play. And he was around him for 3 years and he didn't know. If that's not major stupidity and blindlessness from Mike McDaniel, I don't know what is. So if you're putting your hopes on that guy, you're out of your mind. Okay? Mike D during a timeout. Okay, guys, we have 0 success the last 2 drives, but now we're going to run the same plays, this time to the opposite side. NorCal says, I need another Hooter now. Thanks for the reality check. Honestly, I'm a tad more confident hearing Chubb took a team-friendly deal. I know that's kind of tough, though, but him staying gives me a tad more. No, it's good. It's good. And as I mentioned, I broke it down. It gives the fact that it's all incentives. It also gives him that carrot dangling that he's got to stay on the field and find a way to stay healthy and perform. Hopefully no bad luck. And hopefully they, don't play him when they don't need him. Anyway, we're out of here, folks. We love you all. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for supporting. Hit the like button before you get out. Remember, you can support our show, Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal. Use the QR codes there, Cash App or PayPal, like Cash Big O Show. Also, you can help us get to Spain. It's the one game we want to cover this year. Do the show from a Dolphins bar in Spain, which would be really cool. Do our pre- and post-game show. Hopefully the game means something. It's up to Mike McDaniel. But it'll mean something for us because it's the first time that our show goes international, and you can help us get there. So make a donation. Use the QR code there. You can look at our social media pages, just in case you're listening on the podcast, and you can find it on our social media pages. The links there also to help us send this to Spain. We'll see you tomorrow. We thank the Brunetti family. We thank Steve Calabro and all the people out here that make it nice and easy for us to broadcast. See you tomorrow morning. Same time, same place, same bat channel.
This is the Big